Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Another day for our meditations. And this week we're meditating on karma, on understanding how cause and effect works and how our intention creates our experiences. Either an intention that we call negative will create a negative result, and a positive intention creates a positive result. Easy. That's it. We can stop. We can meditate on that. But that's what we're gonna try to meditate on. Today I thought about, I was like, oh, let's meditate, start with negative karma. And I said, no, let's start with positive karma. Because normally we already have an idea that actually karma is mainly negative. And we forget that we have created a lot of good intentions so we can be experiencing things that we have been experiencing right now, right? So that is kind of like I think is an understanding of how developing a positive sense of self, understanding positive karma, how it works, right? Understanding that we have done some very good things in our life so we can have the incredible conditions that we have, not external, but also internal conditions, like meeting the Dharma, having interest, having meeting teachers, and all of that. So we've done it. Not it's not out of a cause. It's not someone else did it for us. We did it. It's on our responsibility. So we need to sometimes, take realize that so we can continue wanting to create the causes for those results to continue coming and we experiencing in our lives. Okay? So today we're going to meditate on that. We're going to meditate on the positive karma, on constructive. I like this idea as well. Constructive karma, constructive actions. Okay? So let's do that. Let's meditate on that. Mm. So we can start with finding a comfortable posture. And as I say, the posture, well, even though there's a specific way, which is the crossed legs and the back straight, we just try to find our own posture with our own bodies so we don't hurt ourselves, but we also don't get ourselves too comfortable that we're gonna either fall asleep or we're gonna be with pain, not of these two extremes. We find a posture that will help us to release the attention to the body and focus on our inner world. So try to have a back as straight as possible, shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed. And once we find that posture, we can start then releasing the attention to the body and start checking in with ourselves. How we're doing today, how we're feeling. And especially can ask ourselves about how we want to deal with our day to day, how we want to live and experience our day to day. We have a brand new day starting. What type of experiences do you want to have? Pleasant ones or unpleasant ones? And these resultant of pleasant and unpleasant ones, they don't come because of the external activities that we will perform, but they come because of our intention, the way we approach everything that we do, either with a negative intention or with a constructive, positive one. So let's try to create then a positive intention for our entire day. So whatever we do, we are creating the causes to experience pleasant results. And a constructive intention is an intention that is mainly not only thinking about ourselves and our own pleasant results and feelings and experience, but understanding our interconnectedness, our interdependence with others. So expanding our wish for happiness to also include the happiness of others. So whatever we do today, we're going to try to keep in mind that the happiness of others also matters. And whatever we can to do that, we will do. So we try to create that intention. And with that intention, then we can start bringing our attention to our breath as a way to find focus, to find calmness, to find a way to really control the mind so we are able to really think about others more often. So we need to first start stabilizing our attention, bringing it to just being aware of our breath. Just become aware of the sensations that the air leaves every time that we breathe in and out through our nostrils. We can feel how the air comes in a little bit cooler, and when it comes out, it comes a little bit warmer. We don't change the way we breathe, we just become aware. And we become aware when we are not focusing our attention to the breath anymore. We actually are aware of sensations, feelings, thoughts, noises, images. And through remembering of our intention to meditate right now, we bring our attention back to the breath again and again. So we do for a few minutes. Now that we were able to concentrate our minds a bit better, to focus, we use this focus and concentration to actually investigate our positive, constructive actions. And we can start by becoming aware of the incredible external conditions that we have. We have a house, we have food, we have shelter, we have access to running water, clean environments. Just take for a moment the idea that it all came because of your constructive good intentions. All of these that you experience right now was because it didn't exist without a cause, but it was caused by your good intentions. Not only your good intentions, but also the conditions, which is mainly created by others. So think about it for a moment. But not only you have incredible external conditions, but you also have very special inner conditions. You have curiosity, you have interest in learning about the Buddha Dharma, about ways to find happiness in a more inner way. Also, this was not created out of the blue, without a cause. You didn't found the center, learned about Buddhism, met teachers without creating this positive intention in your mind. So just take a moment to acknowledge that you created the causes and the conditions for you to be here, meditating on a Wednesday morning. And we can start to see that constructive emotions actually can be of mainly two types. One of more active and one a little bit what we call passive. So We can start by bringing to mind a situation, maybe recently, that we were starting to get either angry or irritated, or we wanted we could act in a negative way, but we chose not to. Try to remember situation recently that happened, that you could have said something that would hurt someone, you could have done something, but you chose not to. The moment you made that choice, you created a positive imprint, a positive potential in your mind, created a habit of not allowing the negative tendencies to be expressed. So think about it for a moment. How stopping yourself from doing negative things, saying, or even thinking in a negative way, choosing not to, it actually is a positive thing. Think about it for a moment. But not only that, we also act in positive, constructive ways. So try to remember the last time you were generous towards someone with the intention to really help and give something to a person in need. And it doesn't need to be only money, it can be your time, it can be to give a compliment. Think about it. And try to remember the feeling, the experience you had when you've done it. Maybe you felt light, you felt good with yourself, happy. Or maybe try to bring to mind a moment that you were patient with someone, you were kind. Try to remember the experience of doing this for yourself, and maybe the results that that caused for that other person. So every time someone is nice and kind and patient and generous to us, let's remember that this comes because we have been nice, generous, kind to others. Think about that for a moment. You're experiencing the result of your own actions, constructive actions. In this way, we can conclude to really rejoice and become happy for the constructive and positive deeds we have done, and try to encourage ourselves to continue acting in this way again and again, either by actively or by not harming others, choosing not to act negatively. In this way, we dedicate that whatever constructive actions we have done here, now through meditating about the implications of karma, that we are able to continue bringing that understanding, developing more and more the positive results. So we can not only benefit ourselves, but stop harming others and even benefit others in everything we do in our daily lives. So we dedicate in this way. And we can slowly relax our posture, open our eyes. So I decided to start with positive karma so we can see that. Never forget. We have opportunity to not create negative, to not engage, to choose not to follow. And not only that, we have the possibility of engaging in positive actions. That's so, so special. So don't forget that. Don't forget everything you have is because of you, your actions, your good actions. Okay? So see you tomorrow. Think about it. What you can do in your daily life these next few days of positive intention and see how it plays. Check if it is true. If you smile nice to someone, if that will come back to you, just think about it. Okay? Thank you, dears. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.